The middle way is not a path drawn upon paper, nor a rule inscribed upon stone, nor a philosophy to be argued endlessly in halls of thought. It is the silent current beneath all movement, the river that flows between the mountains of extremes, the rhythm of life itself whispering balance into every moment. To understand it is not to grasp a theory but to live a truth that dissolves the walls of rigid concepts and opens the heart to the vastness of being. The middle way calls not for compromise, not for tepid moderation, but for awakening, awakening beyond clinging and beyond rejection, awakening beyond the struggle of opposites. It is the invitation to walk with clarity through the chaos of life, to see both pleasure and pain as passing clouds, and to stand rooted in the sky-like openness of awareness. When you step upon the middle way, the chains of extremes begin to fall away. You no longer measure yourself by wealth or poverty, success or failure, indulgence or denial. You recognize that both sides of every polarity are incomplete, that both carry seeds of suffering when grasped too tightly. The human mind loves to divide, loves to categorize, loves to cling to the comfort of definitions. It tells us, I am this, and not that, I belong here, and not there, I must seek this, and avoid that. Yet every definition is a cage, and every cage, no matter how beautiful, limits the expanse of freedom. The middle way is the breaking open of these cages. It is to live without the need to define yourself, without the compulsion to cling to roles, without the desperation to chase one shore while fleeing from the other. It is to flow like the river, free and alive, unburdened by the illusions of permanence. Life itself is teaching the middle way in every moment. When the sun rises, it does not cling to the dawn, nor resist the coming night. When the flower blooms, it does not fight the fading of its petals. When the seasons change, they do not mourn what has passed or rush toward what is yet to come. Everything in existence abides in balance, flowing naturally, effortlessly. Yet human beings, with our restless minds, struggle against this flow. We seek eternal summer, endless spring, constant blossoming. We fear winter, fear decline, fear stillness. But the middle way whispers, do not resist, do not cling, do not divide. Live with the rhythm of life. Embrace the fullness of each moment without needing to grasp or to reject. In this balance, peace reveals itself. There is a common misunderstanding that the middle way means blandness, that it is the gray space between colors, a compromise between opposites. But this is not true. The middle way is not lifeless moderation. It is vibrancy itself. It is living fully without drowning in attachment, engaging deeply without losing your center. When you taste the sweetness of life, the middle way allows you to savor it completely, without fear of losing it or the compulsion to possess it forever. When you encounter sorrow, the middle way allows you to feel it fully, without drowning in despair, without building your identity around pain. In this way, joy and sorrow, gain and loss, all become waves upon the same vast ocean of awareness. You ride them without being swept away. The prison of concepts is the greatest barrier to the middle way. The mind creates endless stories of who we are, what we deserve, what life must be. It spins labels and judgments until we no longer see reality, only our thoughts about it. We say, this is success, that is failure. This is good, that is bad. This is me, that is not me. These stories feel solid, but they are only smoke. The middle way invites you to step beyond them, to see life directly, without the filter of labels. In silence, in presence, in the stillness of awareness, concepts dissolve. What remains is reality itself, vivid, ungraspable, alive. To live the middle way requires courage. It means letting go of the certainties that comfort us, the rigid beliefs we cling to for security. It means stepping into the unknown, into a freedom that cannot be defined. The ego resists this, for it thrives upon boundaries, thrives upon I am this, I am not that. The ego fears dissolution, fears openness, fears the vast sky of being. Yet to walk the middle way is to dissolve into that sky, to discover that what you are is not limited to concepts, not bound to stories, not confined to labels. What you are is beyond all extremes, beyond all opposites. You are the space in which all experiences arise and pass, untouched, unbroken, infinite. The middle way is also the path of compassion. When you no longer cling to extremes, you no longer divide the world into rigid categories of us and them, right and wrong. You see that every being is caught in the same struggle between desire and aversion, caught in the same prison of concepts. From this understanding arises compassion, not pity, not condescension, but a deep recognition of shared humanity. The middle way allows you to walk gently in the world, to act with kindness without attachment to outcomes, to love without the chains of possession, to serve without the burden of ego. Compassion itself is the natural expression of balance. Walking the middle way does not mean withdrawing from life. It does not mean sitting in detachment, aloof from the joys and sorrows of the world. It means engaging fully, but with awareness, with balance, with clarity. It means to laugh when laughter arises, to weep when tears flow, to act when action is needed, to rest when silence calls. It is not a path of escape, but a path of presence. It is the art of living fully, without falling into the traps of clinging and rejecting. As you deepen into the middle way, life becomes lighter. The burdens you carried, the identities you clung to, the fears that bound you, all begin to fall away. You realize that you do not need to be defined by your past, nor confined by your future. You discover that in each moment, freedom is already here. Freedom is not something to be attained at the end of a long struggle, not a treasure hidden far away. It is the very nature of being, revealed the moment you step beyond concepts and into presence. The middle way is the gateway to this freedom. So I invite you now, not to think about the middle way, not to analyze it, not to turn it into another concept. Instead, live it. In this very moment, notice where you are clinging, notice where you are resisting, notice the stories the mind is spinning. Then let them go. Stand in the stillness of awareness, free and open. Walk the middle way, beyond concepts, beyond duality, beyond the prison of thought. Walk in balance, in compassion, in presence. Walk into the vastness of what you truly are. For in the middle way, there is no end, no beginning, no boundary, no division. There is only the infinite dance of life, unfolding, radiant, free.